Let's talk about drugs, Senator Bong Bong. Pupuntahan ko yung sinabi ni President Duterte in a speech sa Ozami City, August 2017. And I quote, "I feel so bad about all of these things kasi nalaman ko paano ko makokontrol in 3 to 6 months ang mga generals na police nandiyan, tapos yung mga Bureau of Customs na inaasahan ko, PI, nasa droga. How will I succeed? Nasa droga. Alam ko na nagkamali talaga ako. Now, magtanong kayo, ang Pilipinas, are we or are we not a narcotics country? Yes, we are. Sabi ko, tama yung silang mga kritika ko eh. Sabi mo, noong nagpresidente ka, 3 to 6 months. Hindi ko alam, pagpasok ko, Davao lang kasi ako. So, ang template ko, Davao. May droga, pero sabi ko, maglaro ka doon, patay ka talaga. Give me another 6 months, that self-imposed time to 3 to 6 months, well, I did not realize how severe and how serious the problem of drug menace in this republic until I became president. My question, you are applying to be president of the country. Senador Bongbong, how much do you know about illegal drugs in the country? Gaano kalala ito? Are we or are we not a narco country? Depende sa iyong kaalaman tungkol sa problema ng illegal drugs. Ano po ang programa mo laban dito?
Well, nakita natin, unang-una, kailangan natin ituloy ang war on drugs, kung tawagin. Because the problem continues to exist. Nandiyan pa rin ang problema. Kung itatanong mo, I don't know what a narco state is, but we have seen, I think everybody can see the influence of the drug lords in our everyday lives, in our political lives, in our economic lives. And so, talagang insidious. Kaya actually, yung nag-uusap kami ni President Duterte noon, sabi niya talagang hindi ko na-imagine na ganito kalalim at ganito kabigat ang problema ng droga. Kaya para sa akin, kailangan natin ipagpatuloy ang laban kontra sa droga. Ngunit, siguro, nakita natin na talagang sinagad ni Pangulong Duterte ang pag-enforce ng mga batas against drug dealers and drug addicts. And I think we are beginning to realize that enforcement only takes you so far. Kailangan natin din pag-aralan ang prevention at saka ang cure. Ang prevention, ang pagtuturo sa ating mga kabataan na huwag silang papasok dyan sa ganyang klaseng bisyo, sa ganyang klaseng buhay, at masisira at mawawasak ang kanilang buhay. Kailangan paulit-ulit natin sinasabi all the way to grade school, paulit-ulit through high school na hindi talaga, na naririnig talaga nila yan. And the other thing is yung cure. Pagka sumabit na talaga yung tao, na-addict na, meron tayong rehab naman. When we treat them properly, we should expand our rehabilitation facilities, not just regional, which until hanggang bawat probinsya siguro dapat meron, dahil malala talaga ang problema. And I think it's not a problem that will be solved by only the police, only maybe the military, because we see, tingnan mo ang example ng United States, trilyon na ang ibinayad nila, ang ginastos nila, para tanggalin, para labanan ang drug war. Nandiyan pa rin, even more than ever.
Do you consider it a health issue or a crime?
Oh, most certainly. Because talaga naman, hindi tumatagal ang mga adik eh. Their health is always at risk. They are not productive. They are not productive members of society. They do not even help themselves. What they are doing is destroying themselves. So yes, it is a health issue. It is a social issue. It is one of the great problems that we face in the modern world.
When does it become a crime?
When does
the drug problem become a crime? A crime?
For me, I think that we should treat addicts as patients and
okay.
People in need of a cure. It becomes a crime when you are involved in the distribution, the sale of illegal drugs. That's when it becomes.
You discussed kanina yung implementation, sinagad yun, pero kailangan merong prevention at saka cure. Policy-wise, anong gagawin niyo po?
Ganun talaga. Patibayin natin yung rehab kaagad. Dahil yun na nga, yung sa rehab.
That's cure, ang rehab.
Yung cure ang rehab. Kasi marami na tayong addict. Kaya the president often quotes the statistic he has 4 million addicts in the
That's right.
Philippines. And if we take that at the face value, that's 4 million people who need our help. So we have to give them that help. And so we have to put into place the system of rehabilitation. There are many ways of doing it. There are plenty of lessons to be learned from other countries. And let us learn those lessons and apply them, what is applicable to the Philippines. Let us apply them quickly.
The president's figure of 4 million was, I think, when he was beginning as president, because right now, the latest data we have is at about 1.7 million. Kanina, Senador, tinatanong mo ko anong narco country. By definition, it is a country where the economy is controlled by drugs.
I don't think we are there yet.
We are not.
Yes, but we could be if we do not do something quite effective in the next few years.
Sabi niyo po, ipagpapatuloy ko ang war on drugs.
Yes.
Is it going to be bloody?
Well, even in the enforcement side, my idea is to make it more focused. Because medyo wholesale ngayon ang enforcement. I-focus natin dun sa mga malalaki talaga. Doon, kilala naman ng lahat yan eh. Malalaman talaga eh. Even a normal person, they know who the drug boss is in their community. So, yun ang i-target natin. Wag na yung pangkaraniwan na...
Let's talk about drugs. And i-quote ko lamang ang sinabi ni President Duterte. And I quote, I feel so bad about, all of these things. Kasi nalaman ko, paano ko makontrol in 3 to 6 months. This was a declaration, I think, early on or in the middle of his presidency. Ang mga general sa police nandyan, tapos yung mga Bureau of Customs na inaasahan ko, PI, nasa droga, how will I succeed in nasa droga? Alam ko na nagkamali talaga ako. Now, magtanong kayo, ang Pilipinas, are we or are we not a narcotics country? Yes, we are, sabi ng Presidente. Sabi ko, tama yung silang mga kritiko ko. Sabi mo, noong nagpresidente ka, 3 to 6 months. Hindi ko alam pagpasok ko. Davao lang kasi ako. So, ang template ko, Davao. May droga. Pero sabi ko, maglaro ka dun. Patay ka talaga. Give me another 6 months. That self-imposed time of 3 to 6 months, well, I did not realize how severe and how serious the problem of drug menace in this republic until I became president. My question, VP Leni, you are applying to be, the president of the country. Ito gusto ko malaman. How much do you know about illegal drugs in this country? At gaano kalala ito? Uulitin ko yung tanong ni Presidente. Are we not a narco country? Depende sa iyong kaalaman tungkol sa problema ng illegal drugs. Ano ang programa mo laban dito?
I was given the opportunity to be ICAD co-chair. Yung ICAD, yung Interagency Task Force, for 18 days. Pero those 18 days gave me enough opportunity to assess what was wrong with the anti-drug program. And at the end of the 18 days, naglabas kami ng comprehensive na assessment of what was wrong. And naglabas kami ng mga ano yung pakiramdam namin na dapat gawin. 5 points ito, boy. Yung pinakauna, how to maximize ICAD as the Interagency Task Force. Ang daming punto nito, we don't have time.
Okay.
Pero example lang doon. The reason why sobrang street level enforcement, yung anti-drug campaign, na dapat sana whole of government approach. Nakakatulong doon sa much emphasis on street level enforcement kasi yung chairman is PDEA. Para sa akin, dapat sana yung chairman ng ICAD should be DDB, the Dangerous Drugs Board. Kasi yung Dangerous Drugs Board is policy making. Pag DDB yung mag-chairman, mas ang chance na mas whole of government approach yung gagawin, mas malaki. So, yun yung number 1. Yung number 2, pag tiningnan mo talaga yung ating datos, hindi siya kumpleto. In fact, when I was in ICAD, ongoing pa lang yung survey kung ilan ba talaga yung mga drug users. Natapos na yung survey after I was ICAD chair, pero kahit meron na tayong datos na ganon, sobrang raw and sobrang basic. Hindi nga natin alam kung ano yung mga nakuhuli, yung mga nagsusurrender.
VP, I'll let you continue, ha? Pero
Yes.
tama ka doon. Kasi kahit yung datos ng Dangerous Drugs Board, I mean, I did extensive research for this interview, ang kanilang basehan lamang ay yung mga facilities na non-government. So, kung titingnan mo, since 20 years ago, wala ka masyadong makukuha. Go ahead, please.
Ngayon nga, ang dami nating surrenderies, ang daming nahuli. Hindi nga natin alam ano na yung interventions na ginawa nila. Ang iba meron datos, ang iba wala. So yung number 2, data. Yung number 3, pag tiningnan mo yung budget for the entire anti-drug program, a large bulk of the budget is on street enforcement.
Okay.
Ako, this is wrong in so many instances. Unang-una, alam natin na kahit patulan natin ng patulan yung mga street level na mga drug users o small-time drug pushers, kung hindi natin tinututukan yung constriction ng supply, tuloy-tuloy lang
Number 3
yun.
po yan. Anong number 4 po?
Ang number 4, alisin na yung tokhang.
Okay. Number 5?
Ang number 5, dapat yung mga law enforcement agencies natin, itutok na yung kanilang energies sa supply constriction, yung mga drug pushers
Okay.
na.
To the best of your knowledge, Vice President Leni, are we a narco country?
No.
Why do you say
The
so?
drug problem is huge. And ako naniniwala ako na we have to pursue it with as much vigor. Pero there is a way of doing it.
As President of the Republic of the Philippines, can you give yourself a deadline? I mean, can you solve the drug problem in 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Would you dare say it?
I won't. Pero ang commitment ko, boy, na we will be much better off after 6 years. Ako, ang drug problem, grabe. Kailangan natin ng mga legislation. Hindi nga natin mahiwalay yung user sa pusher. Iba yung intervention doon. Dapat ma-institutionalize natin yung community-based na rehabilitation. Kasi doon sa mga habitual users na hindi naman mga addicted to it, kailangan community-based yun.
You know, my question started with actually, how much do you know? Gaano mo kakakilala ang isang drug dependent, halimbawa? Would you have an idea? Alam mo kung bakit na-addict ang isang tao? Because to me, it's an issue of what? Loneliness, happiness, broken families. It's a search for, it's a journey towards something. They talk about 4 to 6 hours kind of happiness, seizure, may mga peak, may mga follow-up, all kinds of drugs. How much do you know about drugs?
It is just like any other addiction which should be treated. Kaya sa akin, para sa akin, ay yung mga users talaga, kailangan na itong tingnan natin from a science-based